الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. Today inshallah we will continue with our series of the Quranic miracles. I want to highlight one example from Surah Al-Nisa. This is in the 5th juz of the Quran, chapter number 4, verse 56. So before we actually go into the verse, I want to highlight the basic concept and what our understanding today is of pain and how we perceive pain. So previously it was thought that pain is something that is occurring only in the brain. But what we know today is that pain actually occurs from pain receptors that are located in the periphery of the body, so in the skin, for example. So the actual way that this happens is that if we encounter some type of injury, the pain receptor in our skin will feel it, a cut, for example. And that receptor, having had that signal of that injury, it will send the signal up through the neurons, up into the brain. And the brain will receive that message and it will perceive that message, and you'll get the sensation of having pain. So that is something that was recently discovered, the neural pathway of pain and how that actually works in the body. So this is important, especially when, as a medical professional, when you're dealing with patients who have burns. So when you go and see a patient who has a burn, if the patient is, writhing in pain and in extreme agony, this actually, believe it or not, is a good thing, because it shows that the burn, although it was severe, it was not severe enough to the extent that it damaged the pain receptors in the skin. If you have another patient, on the other hand, who, when you touch the area of the burn, they don't feel anything at all, they don't feel any pain, that actually indicates a worse burn, a deeper burn, because the pain receptors are located in a layer of the skin that is actually deeper than the superficial layer, right? So if the patient doesn't feel any pain, that's actually a worse outcome for that patient, and chances of recovery are less. So with that basic understanding, let's go on to the verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الذين كفروا بآياتنا سوف نصليهم نارا كلما نضجت جلودهم بدلناهم جلودا غيرها ليذوقوا العذاب إن الله كان عزيزا حكيما. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إن الذين كفروا بآياتنا, that verily those who disbelieve in our verses, سوف نصليهم نارا, we will drive them into a fire. كلما نضجت جلودهم بدلناهم جلودا غيرها, that every time their skins are burned, we will replace them with new skins. لِيَذُوقُوا الْعَذَابِ, so that they may taste the torture. إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَزِيزًا حَكِيمًا, indeed Allah is exalted in might and wise. So what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trying to tell us here? The person who is in the fire, they will be burned, and in order for them to feel the torture, they will have to have new skin be placed on them, because the fire of Jahannam is so severe that it will completely burn through all the layers of the skin. But if they don't have skin that is intact, they will not be able to feel the pain. And this once again highlights the fact that pain is actually something that comes from the skin, through the receptors in the skin, and it goes up to our brain. And this was mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago, but this is something that, scientists and doctors, we know very recently, this idea of pain being in the skin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, subhanallah, in His infinite wisdom and, in His perfect creation, He highlighted this example 1400 years ago. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the fire, and He not make us amongst the people who are in Jahannam, and He gives us Jannatul Firdaus بغير حساب. آمين. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.